The Nintendo 64 wasn't just a console, it was a revolution. Released in 1996, it brought 3D gaming to millions of homes and left a lasting legacy in the industry. Today, we'll dive into 10 incredible facts about this iconic machine that made history. The Nintendo 64 was initially called the Ultra 64, emphasizing its 64-bit power. This name was used in early marketing and on arcade cabinets. Nintendo changed it before launch, believing Nintendo 64 had more global appeal and reflected their branding better. GoldenEye 007 is one of the most famous games on the N64. But did you know multiplayer mode was an afterthought? Developers added it as a last-minute feature during their spare time, thinking it wouldn't even be used. Instead, it became a defining element of the game's success, revolutionizing split-screen shooters for generations to come. The decision to use cartridges over CDs was a controversial one. Cartridges offered faster load times and were more durable, but they also had limited storage capacity and higher production costs. This decision directly impacted the development of iconic games, as developers had to get creative to fit their ambitious ideas into smaller spaces. For example, Capcom faced a massive challenge when porting Resident Evil 2 to the N64. Despite the cartridge's limitations, they managed to fit the entire game. The N64 controller was groundbreaking. Its analog stick set the standard for 3D gaming, but it also confused players with its unique shape. Did you know the design was inspired by flight joysticks used in aviation? Despite its unconventional look, it became essential for navigating open worlds, and games like Super Mario 64 wouldn't be the same without it. However, over time, the analog stick's durability became a concern, leading to replacements and repairs for many fans. Super Mario 64 wasn't just a game, it was a revolution in design. As the first true 3D platformer, it introduced concepts like dynamic camera controls, which are still used in games today. But here's the kicker. The team developing it had to create entirely new tools to make the game work, as there was no prior blueprint for 3D platforming games at the time. Mario 64 became the gold standard for developers exploring 3D environments. To push the console even further, Nintendo released the expansion pack. This little accessory doubled the console's RAM, enabling enhanced graphics in more complex games like Majora's Mask and Perfect Dark. It even became mandatory for some titles. What's lesser known is that the expansion pack also allowed developers to include unique modes, such as widescreen support in certain games. It was a glimpse of how Nintendo's hardware innovations could enhance gameplay. Rare, one of Nintendo's closest partners, created some of the N64's most beloved titles. From Banjo-Kazooie to Conker's Bad Fur Day, their games were known for their charm, humor, and technical innovation. Rare's influence was so strong that their games often pushed the hardware beyond its limits, achieving graphics and gameplay that seemed impossible on the system. Did you know that Banjo-Tooie included a multiplayer mode that rivaled standalone shooters of the era? The N64 stood out with its vibrant colors and special editions. The Funtastic series, with its translucent shells, and the Pikachu edition, made it one of the most visually distinct consoles of its time. Some of these editions, like the Ice Blue variant, have become rare collectibles, fetching high prices among fans and collectors. Interestingly, Nintendo's experimentation with colors inspired future consoles to adopt customizable designs. One of the N64's biggest losses was Final Fantasy VII. Originally planned for the N64, Square decided to develop it for the PlayStation due to the N64's cartridge limitations. This decision marked a turning point in the console wars, as it shifted RPG fans towards Sony. However, Nintendo still retained strong RPGs like Paper Mario, showcasing their unique approach to storytelling. The Nintendo 64 had a mysterious add-on called the 64DD. Short for disk drive, it was an ambitious attempt to expand the console's capabilities with rewritable disks and online connectivity. Unfortunately, it was only released in Japan and saw limited success due to its delayed launch and a lack of compelling games. However, it remains a fascinating glimpse into Nintendo's forward-thinking approach to gaming. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more gaming history.